everyone. My name is Shauna and I'll be your host. Welcome to the Best Friend Divorce Podcast. I want to thank you for being here and giving us your time and space and attention. Just know that we really appreciate you. I'll start by saying this pod isn't a guide or like an official how-to. It was actually birthed from the concept that you can learn your own lessons in life directly or learn from the lessons of other people. With that, we gathered our favorite comrades, activists, friends, lovers, and community members to talk to us about the loss of their best friend. We explore that by asking what happened, what led to these events, who was harmed, and how would you or what could you have done to make things right? So we explore that and what it means to lose the best friend, and not like the toxic best friend that we see on TV. What we're really talking about are these deep and loving friendships. So this is a friend who you believed you would be in a lifetime forever friendship with, and for some reason that just didn't happen. A lot of the people that we've talked to have shared stories about how these friendships have erupted because of a very specific incident that caused the friendship to reach some sort of crescendo. Now, we've even heard stories about people who have ended their friendships really amicably, and they talked through their issues in the best way they could. And to be honest, they met each other where they were, and that was enough. We've also heard stories of other friendships that ended, not as a result of death and dying, but because of a life incident that caused friendships to really reevaluate whether or not they were true and real. And at almost every turn of the stories we've heard in passing or over dinner or over drinks, particularly on this podcast with our peoples, we've discovered what we like to call a golden thread. And that is that usually these friendships break when someone's at a crossroad in their life journey. Perhaps they were about to grow or glow, shout out to the glow up, or they were about to evolve into a different person, or something needed to change internally within one person or another. And that something was already changing in themselves as a result of this friendship. So all of that was put to the test. And even with that, there are some friendships that have survived those tests, while we know that others haven't. And having had that experience personally and talking to other folks who have had that experience came the birth of this podcast, The Best Friend Divorce. We hope that you'll be able to hear how friendships ebb and flow, and in some cases, rupture. With that, we hope in these stories you hear that there's some guidance or wisdom for you that you can pull from to reflect on your own current and former friendships. My greatest hope is for this podcast to be a place of healing for people who haven't quite had the language to determine how and why their friendships ruptured. Somewhere along the way, though, what I'm really hoping for is that some part of your healing journey begins because you feel seen in the stories you hear, or you feel heard, or you feel like, yes, I didn't have language for that, or like, yes, that resonates deeply. And if or when you have that moment, I hope that you'll let that be the moment in this podcast and in your life where your healing begins, if it hasn't already. So with that, I welcome you to the Best Friend Divorce Podcast. I'm Shauna, so let's get started.